Welcome to the Weminuche Wilderness, just outside of Pagosa Springs, a place where the air is thin, the mountains are big, and the trails, well, they'll test your commitment to loving the outdoors. Today, we're diving into Fourmile Lake and Anderson Trail loop, 14 miles of waterfalls, alpine lakes, and switchbacks that go on longer than your uncle's fishing stories. I stretched this one into 2 days, camping at Fourmile Lake, which was scenic enough to make me briefly forget that I had willingly brought all my fishing gear on for a vacation of their own. Yes, I suck at fishing. Now, before we start, I already made a video about Fourmile Falls. If you want all the blow-by-blow of the first 3 miles, go there. This one mainly picks up after the falls, where things stop being pretty and start being, my legs are filing a formal complaint. Now, the basics. What to tell your friends in order to sound smart. Fourmile Lake sits at a casual 11,190 feet right below treeline. It's technically considered one of the more accessible subalpine lakes in the Weminuche. Translation, it's hard, but not enough to brag about at Thanksgiving.
The guy's good.
Fourmile follows the watershed that also provides Pagosa Springs drinking water. So a friendly PSA, maybe don't turn the creek into your own personal Gatorade bottle.
Quick, get me another bottle. Come on, hurry.
Now the trailheads at 9,200 feet in both Fourmile Trail and Anderson Trail start from the same parking lot. From here you can choose your own adventure. Fourmile Trail is shorter, steeper, and faster. Great if you want the express route to sore calves. Anderson Trail is longer with endless switchbacks and big mountain views. I chose to go counterclockwise, so up Fourmile Trail and down Anderson. Now Fourmile Falls is the warm-up act. The falls sit at 3 miles from the trailhead, perched on Falls Creek, a tiny tributary of Fourmile Creek. But doing this trail in late August means there's usually not much water left at Fourmile Falls, and that was the case. Beyond the falls is where the real work begins. From mile 3 to 5, things get spicy. You'll gain 1,500 feet on rocky terrain, cross Fourmile Creek 4 times, and maybe question your life choices once or twice. In the spring, these crossings can be knee-deep or completely impassable, so plan accordingly. Don't do anything stupid. Around mile 4.4, you'll hit a junction where Creek splits off. Stay left for Fourmile Lake. The trail in this area can be hard to follow at times with a lot of overgrowth. Not long after that, you'll pop out into an open field with ridiculous views of Peak 12603, which, by the way, shouldn't all mountains have names by now? But Peak 12603 is where you're headed, and Fourmile Lake sits near the base. Eventually, after another mile or so, you'll reach the lake. Sitting at 11,190 feet on a stunning alpine bench, this is your reward for not faking an ankle injury earlier. If you want to keep the suffering going, hike another half mile or so in 500 vertical feet up the upper Fourmile Lake. Rumor has it the fishing is the best up there. From there, you can summit Peak 12603 or Cherry Cairn at 12,511 feet. After camping overnight at the lake, it was time to hike back to the trailhead via Anderson Trail. This is where it gets magical. From the lake, drop onto Anderson Trail and score views almost no one else gets. The backside of Pagosa Peak at 12,658 feet. Everyone else in town is taking Instagrams on the front side, but you get the VIP angle. Now there's still quite a bit of climbing to get to the high point on this ridgeline. Now the descent kicks off with what seems like 100 switchbacks. Maybe not 100, but enough for you to invent new curse words that probably future hikers will overhear. Along the way, you'll encounter cinematic vistas, rolling past wildflower wetlands, and eventually drop into a stunning aspen grove where the light filters through perfectly. About 1.5 miles from the trailhead, you'll hit a killer overlook. Stop, sit, stare. This isn't optional. It's one of the best views in the Weminuche. If you blow past it without pausing, I can't help you as a human. From there, it's a mellow stroll back to the car where you'll either high-five yourself for finishing or wonder why you didn't just go tubing in town. It's a lot easier. Overall, this hike really does have it all. Waterfalls, alpine lakes, ridiculous peaks, and just enough suffering to make your beer taste better back in town. Bring trekking poles unless you want to enjoy collapsing like a lawn chair, and for the love of Zeus, please check the weather before you attempt that exposed ridge, because lightning is not a trail snack. And if you're new here, this isn't just about trails. At thisispagosa.com, we share the mountain lifestyle, the hikes, the food, the hidden corners of Pagosa Springs, and yes, real estate too, because somebody's got to pay for all these snacks that I keep hauling into the wilderness. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, cheers.